The tides of the Azure Basin were restless that night, moving with a slow, deliberate tremor that made even the oldest coral columns vibrate like tuning forks. It was a vibration that traveled deep into bone and memory, stirring ancient instincts. Above, the moon hung enormous and silver, casting its glow through the water until the ocean itself shimmered like liquid glass. In the middle of this shimmering world lived Saralei, a young mermaid known not for beauty or royal lineage, but for something far rare or unshakable curiosity. While others tended tide gardens, Saralei roamed the ocean's forgotten corners, collecting lost maps and exploring abandoned trenches. Her closest companion was Finner, a playful seahorse who followed her everywhere. That night, Saralei drifted through the moonlight reef. The sea felt different. It felt like it was warning them. Suddenly, a sharp crack split the calm water. A streak of blinding silver tore across the sky, exploding into the sea. The object plunged deep, crashing into the reef floor with a shockwave that sent sand and coral swirling. When the glow stabilized, it revealed something in a crater, an object unlike anything she had ever seen. It was a lantern, silver gold, its frame etched with celestial runes. The glass chamber held swirling stardust that pulsed like a living heart. Saralei approached with reverence. A lantern? From the moon? The moment her fingers brushed the metal, the lantern ignited. Radiant beams shot across the reef, lighting up luminous symbols on the coral warnings, diagrams, and one final mural that made her heart pound. It depicted a mermaid holding this very lantern, standing against the silhouette of an enormous creature rising from the trenches below. "It's a prophecy," Saralei whispered, "and the creature is waking." A low rumble rolled through the water. Far below, in the pitch-black chasm of the deep heart trench, something stirred. Saralei rushed to the grand hall of Thelos Mar. The merfolk elders floated around an ancient shell table, their expressions stern as she placed the lantern before them. "It fell from the sky," she explained breathlessly. "It showed me visions." "Something is rising from the trench." Elder Meriden narrowed her eyes. "Child, the deep heart trench is sealed by currents older than our history. Nothing rises from it." Just then, a guard burst in. "Elders, something is happening near the trench. The water is boiling. We saw creatures emerging, ones we have never recorded." Saralei felt terror. "They're waking." The elders exchanged grave glances. Finally, Meriden spoke. "Saralei, you must take the lantern to the surface. Warn the humans. If this threat rises fully, it will consume both realms." Saralei knew what this meant. Humans feared merfolk, hunted them, but she nodded. "I'll go." Breaking through the ocean's surface felt like stepping into another world. A tall lighthouse stood at the cliff's edge, where Kalen, the young lighthouse keeper, spotted her immediately. "Is someone swimming out there?" he muttered. Saralei raised the glowing lantern. "Human, I need your help." Kalen raced to the shore. You're a mermaid," he breathed. "Yes, and your world is in danger," she replied, explaining everything, the lantern, the prophecy, the awakening creatures. Kalen listened with steady concentration. "When the deep heart rises," she said, "it will destroy everything. Sea and land." He exhaled. "Then we'll warn them," he said firmly. "All of them." Kalen lit emergency beacons, and soon, boats and patrol ships gathered, drawn by the strange silver glow of the lantern. Together, Saralei and Kalen explained the coming threat. Some scoffed, but many believed. "We'll stand with you," Kalen promised. Trust between their worlds was rare, but tonight it felt possible. The next day, the ocean turned black. Swarms of mutated deep-sea creatures emerged, their eyes glowing with unnatural moonlight. They attacked reefs, ships, and merfolk patrols. The prophecy was unfolding. Saralei returned to Thelos Mare to find chaos. Merfolk warriors struggled against creatures with bone armor and venomous tails. "The deep heart is waking," Meriden said, her voice trembling. Saralei held up the lantern. "Tell me how to stop it." The elders exchanged looks. "There is only one way," Meriden said. You must perform moonbinding, merging the lantern's lunar power with the ocean's heart. Sarale felt fear. That ritual hasn't been performed in over 1,000 tides. Because it could kill you, another elder said softly. Moonlight burns merfolk flesh. Sarale looked at Finer, then at the lantern. If I don't do this, we all die anyway. The elders led her to the sky pillar, a spiraling structure of white stone rising from the ocean floor. It was the only place where the sea and moonlight met in perfect balance. Sarale floated to its center, heart pounding. She lifted the lantern toward the sky. Moonlight poured down like a waterfall, and the lantern pulsed brighter and brighter until the entire ocean glowed. Pain seared through her pure, burning moonlight coursing through her veins, but she didn't let go. From the depths, a roar erupted. The sea floor cracked open, and the deep heart rose. Bigger than any leviathan ever recorded, its body glowed with eerie veins, its eyes burning with feral rage. It lunged toward the altar. Sarale held the lantern high. A beam of moonlight exploded from it, but the deep heart slammed into the beam with overwhelming force. Sarale was thrown backward, the lantern dimming. "It's not enough," she gasped. "I'm not strong enough alone." At that moment, a familiar voice shouted from above. "Sarale." Kaelin stood on a ship directly over the altar. Sailors and villagers worked together, using mirrors and polished shields to reflect moonlight downward. "We'll amplify it," Kaelin yelled. Below, merfolk warriors formed a circle, channeling their magic into the pillar space. Sea and sky, human and merfolk, all united. Sarale lifted the lantern again, feeling the combined surge of both worlds. The beam of moonlight flared, striking the deep heart directly. The creature roared in pain and sorrow before its body dissolved into millions of shimmering particles. The ocean fell silent. The lantern dimmed gently, its purpose fulfilled. Sarale collapsed. When she opened her eyes, she lay in a bed of soft kelp. Kaelin stood nearby, dripping wet but smiling. "You survived," he said gently. Meriden nodded. "The deep heart is gone. The trenches have closed. For the first time in centuries, humans and merfolk shared the same waters in peace. A new alliance was forged, with Sarale at its center. Weeks later, the ocean had healed. Sarale stood on the reef where she had first found the lantern. Kaelin swam beside her, using a magical breathing charm. "You've changed," he said. "Or maybe I finally became who I was meant to be," she replied. Meriden approached. "Sarale, from this day forward, you are the guardian of the Moon Lantern, protector of both realms." Sarale looked at the lantern, then at the surface above and the depths below. "I'll protect all worlds touched by the moon," she vowed. "Wherever darkness rises, I'll bring the light." And with that promise, Sarale swam forward into new waters, lantern in hand, destiny ahead, ready for whatever mysteries the deep and the sky would reveal next. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures. See you next time.